Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another live stream where we're back in Subway Builder.
Damn fool.
Damn, your boy Money Cash has become
At
a damn
Money
fool.
Cash 1007 has become a fool.
Let's go, Money Cash. Appreciate it right now. Guys, we're back in Subway Builder, and we are continuing our little Hawaii transit company. Now, there's a few different things about Hawaii. One, it's minimal population, so we're not really transporting that many people, which means we aren't making the high revenues that I'm used to in New York City. And two, we decided to go all elevated. We're actually building an elevated train network. So, is it still a subway, guys, if it's above ground? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see right now. Oh my goodness me. Fun fact, this is the last Seniac 2 stream I watched as a child. Are you about to transition into your final form? Is that what you're about to do right now, Money Cash? What? Oh my goodness me. Welcome back, boys. If you're excited for this right now, smash the like button down below. This is your moment right now to hit like on the stream. I really do appreciate it. Oh my god, they're turning 13. No, I'm turning 18. Well, technically, it's your last day of being a teenager, fool. Damn. Or does Money Cash assume all teenagers are childs? I mean, do you buy a child's ticket on a train? Or are you now forced to buy an adult ticket? I don't know what the age brackets are on the London Underground. If there is an age bracket, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, boys, welcome back. Your boy is back again. I hope you're excited for this one, guys. I do appreciate you all stopping by right now, spending a few mementos to chill with your boy as we continue to create this great elevated train network in Hawaii. Right, let's go, boys. Let's go. I watched fireworks on a child ticket last week. Scamming, guys. He's absolutely scamming right now. 17 and a child ticket. What a scam, boys. What a scam right now. This stream is brought to you by the new Wendy's Snickerdoodle Cookie Swirl Fusion Frosty. That is... If you could put America in a sentence, that is it right there. Sounds like diabetes. Give me 14 of them right now. Give me 14 of them right now. This coming year will be my 30th birthday, says GTA 6 Love Hype. You're an old man. Can't relate. I'm nowhere near that age. Anyway. Uh-oh.
Nicholas was taken
What's going on, Nicholas?
10 Hong
What's
Kong
going on right
dollars.
now?
Cruise line went an extra mile to call you French.
They did. I am now forever in that game with La Seniac's French restaurant right now. Oh my goodness me. Thanks a lot with the Boldo plushie sign. Don't know what you're talking about, Boldo. That wasn't me. That was definitely not me right now. Right, let's get Subway Builder all loaded up. Let's go. Oh, it's straight up, boys. It's straight up right now. So Nick, can I be employee of the month again? I'm sorry about Saturday. Okay, fine. You can be employee of the month. You can be employee of the month. Wait, is Raf in first place? Hold on, I forgot to do a little Donny goal, guys. This is to encourage people to beat Raf on the leaderboard. He best not be in first place. Is he actually in first place? This guy's unstoppable. He is actually unstoppable right now. Yeah, but my birthday's on Friday. Will you be at the Saturday live stream, Money Cash? If so, we will all have to sing happy birthday to you. A belated happy birthday, but happy birthday nonetheless. Right. Will the metro need to further reach more population before adding more lines? Yes and no. Yes and no. I've got some ideas with what I want to do. So, yes, it should be pretty interesting, right? Let's load up the game right now. Load Hawaii. So, let me just give you a refresh to what we currently, well, what we did on the last stream. Then I'll tell you my plans of what we're going to be doing today. No, I'm not sure. I'm nearly 16, I guess. What, Peanut? I thought you were like 57. I will probably be at the Saturday stream. If you do stop by, Money Cash, we'll try and sing happy birthday to you right now. Right, boys, here we are. So this is what we got set up in the last stream. A beautiful a beautiful train, elevated train network right now that at some points reaches far beyond the requirement and other points looking pretty damn good right now. Now, let me explain my ideas, okay? Now, eventually, this is all eventually, I would like the blue line just to kind of further extend down to here, obviously. But what I want to try and attempt first is creating an extension off the red line where it goes down this way and then kind of loops back in. And then what it's going to do is eventually take an extension of the blue line and then loop into there. And then we'll create a looped system here. But while building that loop system, I'm going to have some strategic train station spots, some strategic rail line turn-off points where it's going to incorporate not just going kind of like north and south, but also coming down this way, up and down, up and down, up and down. I've got it strategically planned. It's just if my bank account will stretch that far. We'll see. We will see. A real challenge among the maps. It's an interesting one. I think because you've got limited population, the money is a lot slower. And you got to kind of think about this one. It's not like New York where you can ultimately almost go anywhere without any repercussions. This one's an interesting one, boys. Interesting one. Hi, Sinex. Sorry for my English is bad. I'm Italian. I suggest you do elevated parts above the water. It will cost you less. You can do that in your New York save. Ooh. Giovanni, your English was not bad. I understood every single word. It was absolutely perfection. Right, I got bad Italian. It was bellissima. I don't even know what that means. I just said a word. Does that make sense? I just said a word. I don't even know what that means. I pay £2.90 for my fare on the subway. Ooh. So I maxed out cabin crew simulator yesterday. My company is 5 stars. Damn, that's pretty good. Hey guys, just confirmed Sunny I did it put Rickroll Army in the back of my plushie. I'm telling you, Fire Eater, they're about to take over. They are about to take over. So let's begin this then. Now, the reason I want to bring a looped line around here is it's going to be the central hub to my mass plans, okay? It's going to be the glue that holds all the other lines together. So to be able to create other lines, I first want to create my looped line to begin with. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend from the red line here, coming down, which will eventually connect back up to there. And the reason for that is there is quite a large population around here that we're not really accessing. There's a few worker spots coming down here as well, which is quite important. It thins out around here, but I think that's where a few residents pick up, so we'll kind of come down and then skip that way. So this should be pretty interesting. This should be pretty interesting. Now, I haven't played this in over a week, this save game, so I don't quite remember what elevation we're at. I think I think it's 5 by default. Hold on. Damn. I'm already allergic to subways. I'm already allergic right now. And I think some parts are 10, but I think it only goes to 10 when we crisscross. Maybe, I can't quite remember. If you put Rickroll Army in the back of the plushie, that means you are now part of the Rickroll Army. Oh, I've just realized I've just given you a new member of the Rickroll Army, haven't I? Oops, I might have pressed the buy button on this game. I'm surprised you haven't already done it, Money Cash. I am so surprised you haven't already done it. Right, let me just get to bearings then where stuff is about to go. So I think we've definitely got to run down here and then lead in. Here I want a junction for a line to go this way. This will all come together momentarily. This will all come together momentarily. And then we'll run this way and then swoop in somehow. So I'm going to start in the middle of all of this. And like I said, this will make complete sense shortly. Do I want to do a 4? I'm going to do this is the only strip of train line here that's going to have quad stations. So what we do is we do quad and we'll do it. Only this station here, elevated. It's light metro, by the way. Only this station here is going to be elevated to a +10. This will allow me to do a 10 continuing down to a 5 and then drop into a 5 just to kind of help things out with the elevations. It will make sense. It will make sense. So after that, we are then going to set up right now a few more stops on this on this quad elevation. Because we're going to have technically, even though I'm building a loop, this stretch is going to have a secondary train line running through. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit interesting. Because I'm going to have to do some shenanigans to make this work. So that's where it's going to run. And then there's no longer anything else. So we're going to try and attempt. And I think I might do it as a... How high can I go over these buildings? Please say I can do a 15 over them. No. No. Just out of curiosity... Oh, okay. I can't go any higher than 15. I was going to say, just out of curiosity, it would be kind of like nice to know. Right, let me figure this one out then. So I could have a quad stop there. And I could then wiggle it through. And one's going to connect up to there. And I kind of want one to turn this way. So... Can I do an elevated of a 10 there? I can. And I'm going to do it. I'm hoping this works. No. We'll go here. I mean, it's fine. I'm just trying to get the perfect setup. I'm just going to go here with that. Like I said, this will make complete sense in just a moment. Now, I can't edit the existing line. I can, but I ain't got the funds to do it, so yes. I decided to go with Chicago for my first save game. Ooh, that could be a pretty decent challenge. That could be a pretty decent challenge you've got there. All right, let's go quad, and let's go 10. Right, this is going to be an interesting connection. So what I want to try and attempt here is to split into a right, but also a continuation to join this. Right. I am covering my construction menu. Hold on, I always forget I got to switch over on this. Good spot. Good spot right now. You're going to go mostly elevated? Yeah. It does make sense. And it will save you a lot of money. Hi, Nick. Sorry, my bad English. I'm Italian, but I suggest you do elevated parts of the water. It costs you a lot less. You can also do your save game. Giovanni, I think I already responded to it, and I said bellissimo. Did you not hear this? You fool. You fool. You fool right now? Oh, no. Cry Rafiak is here. Hello, Cry Rafiak. Right, let me now build some tracks. And I could actually run all the way. Oh, no. Okay, not quite. Right, I think I can actually also drop back down to 5 here. I mean, I'm not going to save much. But I can save a few pennies. Raf, get out of here right now. Can someone take away Raf's number 1? I would greatly appreciate it. This fool is always number 1. How dare he? How dare he right now? Sorry, it has blocked. Wait, what? Oh, no, you fool. Oh, no. Right, that's where we're going to run to there. So let me now just try and build this. This is going to be interesting. So we are going to... this is the difficult part right now. We are going to do a 5. Ooh, because I'm going to get... That's a 10. That's a 10. So the whole thing should stay at 10. Right, just bear with me a sec, boys, because I've got to do something interesting here. And it's going to be a bit ugly, but we're going to try our best. Okay, we're going to try our best. So singular, I could drop it down to a 5 and then pick it back up to a 10 to go over. Or I could elevate it to a 15 and go all the way over. Ooh, it's a tough decision. Let me try a 15. Let's see how far we can get with a 15. Okay, there's a split section here where it kind of works. Right, let me undo that bit. And let me go back to parallel. So parallel, we go to here. Just so I can fit this in. This is going to be crazy. Let me undo again. I'm using this parallel as a marker point. So single. Run you in. Bring this. I need to bring that to there, but we will run slightly straight. We'll bend that in. Oh, there's no way. There's a building right there. Oh, the station is right on the edge of a building. That's hilarious. Right, I'm actually going to delete that now. Right, delete you. Delete you. That's actually quite hilarious. Right, build tracks. Right, I'm going to have to delete you and delete you for a second. Oh, that's so annoying. Right, build station. Right, I got to give myself a bit of space. Right, that should now be fine. That should now be fine, but let me just delete that little bend. Build tracks parallel. Like that, and then single 15. Right, hold on. It's going to be a tight squeeze. This is a tight squeeze. Money Cash, I expect that this is what you're going to be struggling with doing elevated through. Is it Chicago you selected? Yeah. And this is where the fun of the game is. This is what you probably enjoy the most about the game. Is building the networks like this. Right, why is that? Oh no, that's a 10, isn't it? Undo, drop it now back down to a 10. Okay, we'll bring it up to a 13 maybe. Undo. Right, it's not liking that 13 drop. So as soon as I get to a 13... Right, how dare you? Right, delete. Delete. Parallel. Surely that will be fine. How is it too steep? Oh my goodness me. Right, we'll go further away. That's a 15, isn't it? Why is it struggling to drop down? From a 15. Right, we'll go down to an 11. Wow, the drop in 5 meters is kind of wild. I get it, I understand it. But holy moly. Right, parallel. Actually, it needs to be 15 to go over to the other side. Why am I messing around with 15? With 10? I've just realized, why am I messing around with a 10 there? Right, 15. Because the one side's completely fine. Right, we're back in business now, guys. I know what I'm doing. Right, bring that to there. And then that. So the minimum slope is not there. We know that. So let me just delete you. Because we've got to get this now back to a 10, which is fairly easy now to do with the distance that we're working with. Right, there we go. Well, that's some fun there. Yeah, it is a bit of fun. Chicago IRL has some really tight bends. Yeah, I've seen stuff like that. I've watched the previous part and I had lost. Listener means very beautiful. I knew it meant something. I didn't know what it meant though. I am foolish. I wonder if like metric can do tight. Actually, that's a good point. I don't know if there's any difference with that. Right. I want to attach onto there, but the slope is not sloping. So what? Oh, this is a 5. Of course it's a 5. Oh. I thought this was a 10, which is why I'm... I was kind of thinking like I need to be at a 10. Well, I now realize. So it's fine. We've got the space to do this. I just got to figure out how far I've got to come back. Right, let me bring it down to a 5 first anyway. Okay, that works. That's where the gradient goes. So that's how we're going to have that part of the train line merge into this. And then that's how we're going to have that one continue that way. That's just part of my kind of setup we're going to have. Feels a bit wild. Does feel a little bit wild right now, but we're getting there. Is your head still hurts from the banging? Yes. Boulder, what did you do? What's going on? Iceman, how you doing, fool? How you doing? So, that works. That's a bit of a mess right now, right? Don't judge me on this. Don't judge me on this, okay? We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Now, I'm kind of wondering whether it might have been better to kind of do it a different way, but no. It's a bit fiery. It's a bit all over the place, but it's all part of the fun. It's all part of the fun, guys, okay? It's all part of the fun. I probably could have made this go up and then run with it separate, but it works anyway. Let's just not mess around anymore. Right, parallel. Not parallel, sorry, quad. For the sake of getting this done, so can we be friends again? Lambo, we are always friends, fool. We are always friends. Let's get going. So I've got to remember then, my looped line is on the outside. That's all I've got to remember right now. I will not be watching tomorrow. Oh no, Iceman, what's happening? Do you have work, fool? Have you got work to be doing? So the outskirts are switching over this way. So parallel will remain building tracks. The parallel will remain at a 5. Oh no, undo. That doesn't even connect. And then we've got to bring these up and over. So let me get this to a 10. So that will be elevated here at a 10. So the single coming out, we bend it, and then we should be able to hit that. It's a tight turn, but it will do the business. Very easy right now. In my head, I was thinking about a westbound station at Punchbowl Street, so it looped around better. Where's Punchbowl Street? I don't know where that is. Train removed due to... Wait, what? To being blocked? How dare they remove a train? How dare they remove a train right now? So my arrow loop's going this way, so I haven't got to worry about the other line that I'm trying to incorporate. We can forget that now for a while, and we can go back to building this looped system. So back to building stations. We'll do another stop here. I'll do another stop there. We'll run down with another stop here. And it's gonna go through here and around. There was actually, when I checked the stats, there is like a working area here. So we're gonna bring it around this road all the way up to there, and then we're gonna swoop it in, baby. Swoop it in. So like I'm using Pepe and I'm doing a water landing. Oh no, you destroying the pig. You destroying the pig right now. Right, all parallel. We will do a slightly diagonal stop just here. No, I won't. I'll do it there. We'll then go ahead and do it here. And I want one going through here. I'm not sure what this is in real life, but there's a lot of working stuff there. We'll do one there just to kind of bridge the gap. And I'm going to do one there. Nice. Yep, working for Bastille tomorrow. Then the Offspring on Saturday. Ooh. I think I'm jealous of Iceman because Iceman gets to have like free. Iceman gets paid to go to concerts. Is Iceman living the life right now? I have a feeling Iceman is living the life right now. He is living the dream. All right, bring that down. Swoop it in. Continue this. Right, luckily for us... I was about to say, luckily for us, it hasn't said that it's very expensive, but I just realized I'm now up to 800 and... Okay, right, I need to slow... Actually, you know what? We're so close. We are pretty close right now. All right. Connect you up. Connect you up. Oh, didn't I get a loan last episode? I've just remembered. I got a loan last episode, didn't I? I've kind of got to pay that off. Right. That connects me, but it still doesn't mean I'm able to do anything yet. Because there's a lot more intricate stuff I've got to take care of. Oh, it's going to be interesting. Right, if British people are saying why, foo, this virus to be over. What? Peanut, what are you saying right now? Yes, you hate the pig. I am doing you a favor. Turn the pig into crispy bacon, Lambo. Turn it into crispy bacon right now. I haven't messed around with one-way stations a lot. Do you know what? Neither have I. I've only done one-way tracks at the moment. Hell yeah, I do, lol. Let's go, let's go. Aloha, fools. What's going on? Ferg. How you doing? How you doing? Can't wait for this virus to be over. Peanut, get out of here. We all know that you're old and grey. Right. So once that's built, I have an extension that can kind of come down here and then go round. Yeah, the red train does stop there. But that's how we roll. I could actually make it extend to have a stop down here. So it's like one after the loop just to kind of be like more super beneficial. I don't know whether that will be a good idea or not. It depends on how much demand is over here. Is it? Oh, that might be an idea. But anyway, forget that for a second. So my loop, all I got to do then is connect this strip up to there. And then I've just got to do a few little finicky things to make then the train coming around here, which will technically be on the outskirts, then be able to merge onto the blue line to create my looped system. I feel like the red line should have a branch to the west so there aren't like 30 trains per hour going through the middle of nowhere. A branch to the west? What do you mean, fool? What do you mean? Tell me more. Tell me more right now. Tell me more, fool. Tell me more of your great plans. Time for roasted peanuts. Uh-oh. Speaking of plushes, I am in the middle of making my own plush, but I will only be making 2. Will it be a Boldo plush? You answered my thought with the loop explanation. Ah, see? Dizzy, great minds think alike. Great minds think alike, sir. Great minds think alike. Right, so I unfortunately can't afford to commit to this build at the minute. Because that build is going to cost me $912 million. Now, currently I've got 736 million. We're doing good. We are making pretty much the same, nearly 60 million profit a day. So that's going to take me a couple of more in-game days before I'm able to kind of commit to it. But we are halfway through paying off our loan. Now, I could pay off the loan because I've got 50 big ones remaining. Get another loan. And I'm going to pay off the loan now. So I'm saving myself interest. And then when I'm only 100 million away, I'll get the loan again. Okay? So at least I've saved myself the interest. Okay, we've saved ourselves that for now. Now, we can do a few little bits that would help us out. Because I've got to get the red line here onto the blue line. So let me just view the map and let me get rid of the lines. There we go, routes, and do track elevations. So the greener it is, the higher it is. So would we want to utilize this train station or... oh my God, do you know what? I've just realized how easy I could do it. So let's just say I did it just before this station. Just have the track merge on into the middle. I'm about to see if I can create some elaborate system here, but I don't need to. I don't need to. Genius. My genius knows no bounds. My genius knows no bounds. So I could just do it. I'll do it a little bit back a bit. What's going on here? Is it elevated by 10? Oh, I'm not doing it the right way, am I? No, am I? Right, let me get rid of the routes so I can see. Wait, where's my tracks gone? There we go. Right, why can't I do this? So tracks cannot overlap with 0.5 elevation gap. Tracks must either be the same elevation. Oh. It won't let me click. What's going on? There we go. I was at the wrong elevation. What's going on here on this? I was at the wrong elevation, guys. Is the game okay here? Has my game broken? Time has frozen. It's on a curve, so it can't. No, it's nothing to do with that. I was at a 9 elevation when I should have been at a 10. I was at a 9 elevation when I should have been at a 10. Because once I put it to a 10 elevation... Right, the game's broken. I can't even click on it. I can't even click on it. The game won't even go into play mode. The game won't even go into play mode. So I've got the right elevation, as you can now see. But the game won't go into play mode. What's going on here? Do I need to reload the game? Right, let me save it as a separate one. Hawaii 2. Let's load Hawaii 2. Please don't break anything. Please don't have broken anything. Okay, we're back to business. We're back in business. That was... Wait. No. Guys, I have no blue line. Where did my blue line go? Where did my blue line just go? It disappeared! The game just deleted my blue line for no reason. It went underwater. Did you hit the right file? Of course I did. This is the only file. I've only just built this extension. I've only just built this extension. Only file? Yes. Hawaii 2. It's the only file. I saved it 1 minute ago. Right, I gotta build my blue line again. Don't tell me I gotta buy the trains again, because I won't be able to afford them. Right, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Right, that's fine. Fine. RIP, guys, can we get an RIP in the chat for the blue line? Let's revive it. Oh, it's heavy metro. Let me delete that. RIP in the chat for the blue line, guys. Blue line. Light metro. That's kind of funny, isn't it? Right, so this is using... Let me get my tracks back so I can see. It's using the inners. Until we get to here. Right, it's easy enough to get it all back in. My only issue is going to be if I've got to pay for the trains. I'm just hoping it just unassigned the trains and didn't delete the trains that I purchased. Because then I will rage quit. Then I really will rage quit. Because that was a lot of money. Right, so it's on the inner on these. Yikes. I don't know why the game busted. I don't know why, but they bust the game and only trying to menu create because there was a... Yeah, it's a weird... I've had this bug happen before. It happened in the San Francisco stream that I did. It happened in that stream when there was a bug and it deleted my whole line. All right, double check. They're all on. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Confirm changes. Trains. Right. Reduce the frequency. We were doing 15, 10, 5, wasn't we? So 15, 10. Sorry, 15-ish, 10, 5. It's either 13 or 16. I'll do 13. So that's what it originally was. So we're now back to normal. We're now back to normal. And didn't have to spend any money. It's what I like to see. What's going on, Concord? What is this nerd doing? Having a moment. We just had a moment in the game. Right, are those still there then? They are there, ready to be built. So that does the crossover on there. And then the next crossover has to happen here. Right, guys, I'm going to save the game now. In case this breaks again. Okay? Oh, no. It's okay, Sadiak. You find your way around just like you do with your drivers for Fools Transport Inc. The greatest company ever right now. Peanut, why are you roasting right now? British people be like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Right, you're banned. You're banned. It's not H, it's H. Right, build tracks. So I'm going to assume we're a 10 here. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's got to be a 5, right? So we'll do it there to there. Because it's going to be using the blue lines. Oh, no! Actually, it's the wrong way round. It's using the blue line. So it goes like this. Oh, that now makes me question whether I did this on the right side. Because they're using the red line. Yes, okay, now we're okay. We're okay. I almost got it wrong. So once I've committed to that build, all I've got to do then is a connection from here going round down to there. And then we're good to go. I've got to create a junction here, though, where obviously that's going to bend round going that way. And then we're coming down to connect to that station on the loop. So it might mean that I get rid of that station and turn it into a quad station. I don't need to, but it could happen. It could happen. You can use the left. You can use the two left sides of line 1 and two right of line 2 for another line to be connected and double tracks and jets. You don't have to build over and under. I can do, yeah. We've kind of switched. In some areas we've done that, some areas we haven't. It all depends on my future plans of what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm trying to have it like them separate, or I'm basically, if I can avoid them sharing a line as much as possible, I would rather do that. So I don't mind building something that goes over under like this, if it means they do not have to interact with one another and share a line. I'm just foolish like that, if you know what I mean. You placed a single track the wrong way. One single track the wrong way. They should be both the same way. They're both going from blue to red and then from red to blue. They are both correct. I did it wrong the first time round. Hello, mate. What's going on, Trams? What's going on right now? Happy Veterans Day, by the way. Oh, is it Veteran Day in America? We had our Remembrance Day on Sunday. The thing you are trying to accomplish is going bankrupt. That is true. That is also true. I'm not even going to lie. They should not share the same tracks, lol. They're not sharing the same tracks, as you can see. I want to run a third line down, and you can't have 6 tracks. So at some point, the third line has to share tracks with somebody. So, come on. You can clearly see they're not sharing tracks. Fool. Damn fool. They're not sharing tracks. So yeah, that is Remembrance Sunday. Today is Remembrance Day. I don't know what day of the week it is right now. I don't even know what day of the week it is. I thought it was a Friday at one point. Right. Are we now 100 million off? Almost. We're almost 100 million off, ready to be able to commit to this build. Now, I got a question. Boys. While I don't have the money yet to build the rest of the loop here, do I just have a train going back and forth here just so we have a third line utilizing the unused track to make a few pennies before I convert it into the loop? What do we reckon about that? Do you reckon it's worth it? I'm not too sure. Or we just wait until we can commit to the builds. It's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. This shouldn't be as expensive anyway, because I ain't doing anything crazy around all of this. Can I ask what the plan is? I joined later. Yeah, sure. So this white bit here is the new track that we've built so far. And what we're doing is we're splitting from the red line to come down to connect back up there. And then we're going to create an extension off the blue line here, which will eventually come around and connect up to there as that continues up. So I can then create a looped system clockwise and counterclockwise going round that utilizes both lines, and then we're going to use that loop system as the hub to then build other lines that extend off it and then crisscross one another here, there, and everywhere. So we become super interconnected. Right, I can now get the $100 million loan, by the way, and commit to that build. So do I do it? I'm going to do it. Issue that loan. Build those blueprints. We have committed to them. We have now committed to them. We now have built those tracks. Now, what's good about these tracks I've just built is there is also an extension just here, as you can see, that goes north. So I've already kind of planned out another line to come off there that will join onto this bit and then bridge off there to go up to that way, which will move up that way. That will go up this way. So we kind of got like a little bit of a horseshoe route because the way that the demand is, there's some workers over here. There's a lot of residents going up this side as well, and a lot of other places that we kind of not really reaching. So the game's got me building very interestingly, to say the least. Right, let's see then what we can do here. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is having this blue line's going to continue and go to the left, of course. So that will go up and then to the left. And then we need one that goes to the right, which is where my loop's going to swing in. Now, what's the demand like around here? So stop there, stop up there, stop down here, bending in, and then connecting to this. What I meant is at the quad station, you can use the 2 left tracks for a line and the 2 right for the other. You have inner and outer. What I tell you is cheaper. I know, I have that. But I'm keeping them separate because that's what I want to do. It's going to be beautiful. Do not worry. You could use the inner tracks to have the loop partially connected while you complete it. I could do, yeah. I mean, I could also technically have the loop not go up here, come round there, and then connect there. Ooh. Now that's an idea. Right, question. What do you guys reckon's better? Having the loop extend up here to go down, or have the loop connect there? So the loop's this. So smaller loop or larger loop? So do I extend for the bigger loop, or do I commit to the smaller loop? Because I can still extend that up anyway, but it'll be a different line that maybe continues. Because I can actually connect that there now and have the loop working. Oh, I never thought of that one. That's giving me some food for thought. Both loops? Now that would be too many trains then. For such a small population. Because I can still build that. But rather than looping it around as a connection, that line will be the extension. Ooh. So, because obviously that could go up to and like end here. Whereas we have a line that comes that way and then goes up that way. But the loop takes place down here. Or I could extend it over there. Because right now I can afford to get this loop up and running over everything else. 2 smaller loops. I think you should wait because now the loop is basically the same station as the blue and the red line. Yeah, I could do. I could connect it and it's still pretty much the same. But if I connected it there, it would then make me build a line that comes down here, runs on there, a separate line. The separate line extends through. So it gives me more of an excuse to connect to other areas. Guys, I might do the smaller loop. I might just set up the smaller loop and then that will kind of entice me to building a different line. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Because if I connected that up anyway and the loop was the bigger one, I could still build that line and then it will continue. It works either way, doesn't it? I think it works either way. The downtown loop sounds better, plus it will probably be less congested. Yes. I'm going to do the smaller loop. Because this is what feels like the downtown area. That feels like it's now going out into the suburbs. So this downtown loop, I feel like it works best. Right. Okay, I'm going to commit to that. So track elevations. So the greener, the higher. So that's lower. Ooh. So I've got to do this awkward thing right now where I can't turn these into quad stations because it means I have to delete all the lines. So I'm just going to have some fun with this, okay? We're just going to end up having some fun with this. So, which way goes where? So oh, okay, I didn't see that building. I'm completely blind. So the elevation doesn't quite work there, which is fine. Because I'm going to play around with designs anyway. So that's got to be a +10 anyway, by the way. Right, that now works. So having it connect like this, granted that I'll have to slow down. Why can't I commit to the build? Where's my track? Oh no, don't tell me it's going to break again. Please don't tell me it's going to break again. Now, I'm getting no warning with this. Oh, okay. Right, we got it. And I can then just bring this around. But this is the one that's not going to work. Try to parallel it to the right height. I could do as well. Now, my issue is this is a 10. That's a 5. So if I brought... Right, if I go... Right, if I just do like a really small strip, and that's 15. And then that's 15. I just think I've just got to bring that to there and then that down. I would love to see this in 3D. I'd love to see this stackedness in 3D. Right, this is where we're going to have problems now, is how far back this needs to go. This is where this problem now lies. So it's just figuring out the distance. Right, the slope is too much there. Slope is too much there. Still too much there. Right, that works. Now, that works. But do you think, you know, this inner bend here, do you feel like that should run along and then merge in at the same part? Just for like the visual aspect, because that does what I need it to do without me deleting anything. Without me deleting anything and just adapting my current situation. 3D would be so much laggier, no? No, it'd be kind of cool to see it though, wouldn't it? But yeah, do you think we should make the inner bend here extend further down? I think so. Just for the visual side of it. Just for the visual side of it. So that comes out. I'm going to get that to run to here. And then just delete this. This is me being so picky right now. I don't need to do it like this because I've already got it like bang on. But it's me being so like super picky right now. Right. Oh yes, because it's a 5, isn't it? Right. Will the gradient work? Again, does what I need it to do. Does what I need it to do. 3D would be super sweet though. It would make it a lot easier. Yeah, because like me building this, seeing it visually be 3D, even if this like made the line just kind of like elevate above what I'm trying to do. That looks like a motorway junction. It pretty much does, doesn't it? It pretty much does. But it works. Hopefully, anyway. What's hilarious is, right, no one's even mentioned I'm building this on a highway junction. There's a highway junction underneath all of this, which is hilarious. Wait, then, do those roads not exist? No, they don't. Right, build the blueprints. That will work, and I should now be able to commit to getting that loop set up. Right, what colour do you think would complement red and blue? Green? Yellow? For the new route? Green, yellow? What are we saying, yellow? I'm thinking yellow. I think I'm going to go yellow. Yellow. Line. Like Metro. Oh, I just realized. Hold on. This is a loop, isn't it? Do I make... Okay. Yellow line. Let me just go CW. I don't know what to call these loop lines. I'm going to have to obviously create 2 yellow lines. One's clockwise, one's anti-clockwise. But how do I like name them? What would be like the best naming system? Do I go yellow CW like clockwise, then counterclockwise, yellow CW, yellow CC? Or do I just call them both yellow line and be done with it? I'm not sure. I'm not too sure on that. I'll come back and rename it anyway. Bum, 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 bum. Let me just get this and edit the route. So we'll start here. And this will be on the outer. This is going, of course. Technically, this is the counterclockwise one that I'm building right now. Downtown CW and downtown CCW. Yellow CW and CCW. Yeah. I'm just overthinking it, aren't I? Is what I'm doing. Just overthinking it. Right. So it's on the outer here. On the outer. And then it splits into the middle. And it continues there. So this is working beautifully already. This is magical. It's quite a few stops though, isn't it? But it's going to complement. It means I can now extend the red and blue line a bit more. And then have the loop system here. Just alleviate all the pressures. Going round there, onto this. Well, I will expect some issues. You have to expect some issues, right? So this is the... It's going that way around, so it's the counterclockwise. So, see, counterclockwise, confirm changes. Right, and then we'll do new route. Yellow. Clockwise. Line. I can't even spell. What's going on? Line. Light Metro. Create the route. Oh, lines and line. Why have I put lines? Stations. Edit. And then go the opposite way round. What are you playing at here? The game can be a bit finicky trying to get all this stuff in. But if you zoom out and just quickly run along and click everything. So it's on the inner there, then it jumps to the outer on these two. Right, keep it going. So it's on the outer. So let me just quickly have a quick look. Missing one there. And I've then got the rest. Yes, you missed one stop. I've just got it. I've luckily just spotted it. So confirm those changes. Now this is the real fun right now, is the amount of trains we got to put on this. So definitely won't be able to afford all of this. And so 2 sets of trains. What's on the blue line? 2. Red line. 4. Oh, of course. No, we're going to keep them. Do I keep... Right. Low demand. 15, a 10, and a 5. As close to those numbers as we can get. Right, buy more trains. Let's buy $100 million worth. So we're doing 11, 6, 4. So 11, 6, 4. Right, let the shenanigans. What's hilarious right now, you can't even see I have a blue line or a red line. Funny, isn't it? But it now gives me the ability to extend. I might have gone too far on my map. Now I'm lost in the blank void. Oh no, money cash. Oh no. What have you done? You can get carried away. It's crazy. I've done this. Like, you can, like, even with me building like this red line when I originally did it, you get carried away. Like, oh, I'll go a couple more stops. Oh, I'll get one more stop. And then you do one more stop and you're like, no, actually I can go a few more stops. And then before you realize it, you've created like 50 miles of your first line. And then you've got no money to build anything else. I've been there. I've been there. Right. we're going to have warnings. We're going to have capacity issues. So we'll first buy more trains. So let's buy another $100 million worth. And I'm going to convert them to 4, okay? Because the trains are just not training at the minute. Routes. Okay, I gotta buy more. Oh, I can't buy more. I can buy 10. Can't do anything else about that at the minute. I don't know if there is a way to get back. I wasn't building, I was just moving my... Oh, you moved your camera! Oh! Okay, it makes sense. Makes sense. Have you ever used a route finder above time? You want to back down here? The route ridership, is that what you're talking about? Or, oh no, you know about this, sorry? Yes, I have, sorry. I had to think then what you were talking about. Yeah, I have used it. But it's not a tool that I kind of frequent. Right, I think we're now going to be losing money. We might have too many trains. We either have too many trains or... Right. No, we have too many trains on the same lines. That's what it is. We have completely voided the blue line with that yellow line. So we arguably don't need that many on that line. Is what we could be saying. But what it does show us, though, is if we extended the blue line a bit more to reach areas, then it's all good. Trams, not trains. What? You got trams? What? Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. So, okay, we've just made a huge chunk of cash. I think it was the wrong time of day. I think it was the wrong time of day. So if we extended some of these lines, like the blue one, try setting custom colors for your theme to make it really cursed. No. What I could do, just to trigger everybody, is go light mode. It's like I've just been flashbanged. Damn! Flashbang, baby! But we might need to like review where we're currently going. Because the operational profit has dramatically dropped. And the route ridership. I think we can get away with having less trains on some of these lines. I just got that feeling.
You damn fool!
Sesvin has become a fool.
Appreciate it, Sesvin. Appreciate it, right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bam, 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 bam. I saw it coming a mile away, then I closed my eyes too late. You fool. Right, I was going to take 1 or 2 trains off. Because they're sharing lines. We don't need that many on at the minute. It's a good job I didn't link it back to the blue, because then what would be the point in the blue line? I need the blue line to extend a bit more. Unless I make the yellow line kind of do a diversion up here, so we still get to utilize the blue a bit more. Still works. Still works. Because there's so many people still using the blue line. We're just got to find that balance, is what we've got to do. Just got to find that balance that works. I am losing so much money during medium demand. You are correct. That's why I was like thinking we've got to take a couple of trains off. We've got too many. If I reduce the frequency of the yellow line by 2 and keep it like low demand the same, because we have the blue line picking up a lot of the the flack of it as well. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Senek, you're losing. Oh, I literally just read that. Hello, Senek. I am a new content creator making videos on Subway Builder. Any tips? Don't watch my videos. I am terrible. If I give you one tip in this game that I've learned, because I'm not very good at this game, I'll be honest with you. Not very good right now. If I can give you one tip, it would be... Don't do what I do. No. It's a hard one. It all depends. I find it's really, really easy to overextend lines when you don't need to. And I also find it's really easy to build train networks that would work in one city that would not work in another city. Like, I'm building this right now thinking I've got like infinite population like New York City. I'm in Honolulu. I'm terrible. Whatever I do the opposite. All right, transit core, and you'll be just fine. You'll build great networks that people will want to use. Quad tracks, learn how to use them. Oh, I'm sorry. Do we not have quad tracks? Or do you mean learn? That's the tip. Do you mean the tip is to learn quad tracks? Because if so, yes. Learn quad tracks. That's a great tip, actually. That is a great tip. That's actually a good tip right there. Learn how to use quad tracks. Right, I'm maybe now thinking the looped line is the wrong thing to do. Would anybody else agree? Looped line may be the wrong thing to do. What if I change this and incorporate it to be something different? I'm going to incorporate it to be something different, guys, okay? So if I could change... Because I've gone from now making pretty decent money to now going terrible. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do it different, okay? We're going to change this up. I'm going to delete. Can I not delete? Why can't I delete? Can I delete? Oh, with trains on it. Okay, okay, right, hold on. Right, I've got another idea that would work greatly. Okay, get rid of the trains, delete the line. I've got another sweet idea. So clearly, right, we're not geared up right now for a loop system, which is fine, but I can make this still work. So we're back to our red and blue lines as usual. Nice. Now, we want to incorporate and utilize this, which is fine, but we're going to need it to go somewhere else. So I reckon when we look at our demand, there's a huge population here. So what if I made my yellow line, maybe start here, come down, and then connect up to then make its way down here, which then will go move it on to this, coming down to here, and then maybe went up there. That could work. Let's just scrap the whole loop system. Let's just scrap it right now, okay? Let's just scrap it. Because, to be honest with you, I could also delete the red and blue lines and keep the loop system. But I want to scrap the loop system. I got better ideas right now. I think I've got some better ideas that might work out really well. So, we've got a few pennies. So why don't we try and do something then with this? Because there's a huge population over here that we are not utilizing. It means I'm going to have to rejig this which I can make it come up and over, which is fine. So let's undo all my hard work. Let's undo it, guys. I've got a better idea for this. So delete all these then. We're not going to connect it the way we originally had intended it to. So build tracks, single, and we do need to be like a 15. Now, is this the one that goes this way? No. So if I have this, right, where am I bringing this in? I want to bring it down that way. So if I just get a parallel just to go here for like a second, then I utilize that to connect into there, and then utilize you to connect into there, and then we're back in business. Pin the demand. Yes, we do need to pin the demand. I mean, I kind of know where we're running anyway. We're just going to do a couple of stops here. And I could, in theory, make it stop there, like start and stop there, but I'm not going to, just for the sake of saving a bit of money at the minute, because I can't afford to build more stations. I just want to extend this a bit further to make this line worth it. So we'll have a stop here, but then maybe mainly all our stops will be there. Right, that would work. That would work. So build. One thing that's really annoying me about Chicago is the actually higher elevated metro stations are buildings I must destroy to go around them. Yeah, that's kind of funny, isn't it? Right, let's go to a 5. And right, let me pull this back up again. Let me just pin it. And then build stations, parallel, yeah, 5. So we'll start with one here. We'll then do one there. And then we'll incorporate one just there. Now, they are pretty close to this, and it is within walking distance. We'll do then one here, and then we'll do one there. So this is already quite expensive, okay? I'm already committing right now to quite an expensive build. It's just how we then transition from this to there. Now, I could turn to go down this way, which then I would kind of want to build another station here. But the transition between 5 to 15 might not be worth it, like in this section. Oh, no, that works. To go from there to there is pretty simple. From there to there. From there. I'm going to go there. Then bend it in. There to there. Right, this is going to cost me like 400 million at this point, I reckon. So like I said, I have the option to eventually run this all the way up. I have the option to eventually do that. So that's going to connect here. It will share the red line for a little bit before turning off. And then go in its own separate way. So I'm going to have to put a crisscross on this one, because this is going to be my hypothetical end station at the minute. And the cost of building this, 363 million. Maybe share the blue line later in the north. So you're saying that it will then do a right there and continue with the blue line? Is that what you're saying? Once it... Because I was going to utilize and make it just end here for now. But would you say then for make it do a right turn to continue this way? Because it would be nice to give it a blue connection at some point. Oh, no, you mean in the west? Yeah. I will eventually. I will eventually make it connect like up to that platform, that station there, and it run with it. But it doesn't share any blue platforms, which is not a bad thing, you know, because it will then lead me to running, you know, a line that goes that way and connects up and doing other stuff. It's just figuring it all out. But the biggest issue I'm facing right now, like many things in this game, is I haven't got the revenue. I don't have the money to build. I just don't. I need 375 million is what I need right now. Trains are. Oh, do you know what I've realized? You know when I kind of reduced the amount of trains because of the other line, I need to add them back in. I am foolish. Right, it didn't change the frequency, it just gives me an extra train just to kind of help out. Right. So, can't... Actually, I could pay this off now just to save myself the interest, so I'm going to do that. Do you reckon should I increase my ticket price? Should I increase my ticket price? I reckon $4 is sound. We can kind of view how much they're paying or how much they're willing to pay. Like if I chose like workers from the airport, for example, and let's go like this route. Oh no, not that route, because let me go a route that they're actually using, like this one, for example. So it costs $14 to drive plus $25 parking. They're instantly going to use the train anyway. Maybe that's a bad example because it's the airport. But let me pick like these guys here are blue. I know they're using this line. And they're going to go to there, which driving costs and parking costs. It makes sense to you to buy a $4 ticket. The more expensive, the less they'll want to use a metro. It is true, but one, it would decrease my capacity limits that I'm facing, capacity issues here. So I'm already at capacity, meaning I can't get any more passengers if I wanted to, because I'm already at capacity. So could I bring down the capacity issues by charging more money? Could I still be at capacity and still charge more money? That's the things you got to balance, isn't it? That's the things you got to balance. We'll try it. I'll try $5. I'll try $5. So $5 will put some people off using my network. It will put some people off. They'll choose to either drive or walk then at that point. So what we're going to hope is the extra revenue we now get for people who still use the subway, the extra money we get for them outweighs the money we lose for the people who decided they don't want to use the subway because it's more expensive. So we gotta hope we earn more money for the people that still use it than the money we lose from the people that no longer want to use it. That's what we gotta hope for. That's the balance we gotta face. Raise the price for the high demand line. Oh, you can't do individual prices. It's a fixed price throughout the whole network. Please, can you make an express? Listen, I've got no money. I can't even build in general. So we'll see what changes now. We'll see. Do you know what we should have done before I raise it to 5? Is I should have seen like the route ridership and then see how that would have changed. Now, it's still the red line struggling the most. So are you going bankrupt, Lol? No, I'm not going bankrupt. Not anymore. Get out of here, fool. We can see with the majority of people. So once this line here opens, right, this station that's taking a hammer in right now with passengers, a lot of it should spill over to the yellow line that I'm going to create because of how close it is. So the yellow line that I'm going to create will alleviate a lot of the red line pressures. I just need 300 and what was it again? 75 million. I've got 150, but I can get a $100 million loan, so I need 275 million before I can get the loan. I've just got to play around with that balancing act of the cash, because I might up it to $6 in a minute, just to milk a few more pennies. So what we learned is no to the loop. I could add more trains in, but I know as soon as I add that yellow line in, it's going to take a lot of passengers away from the red line. I like to know now we can also think about connecting that up. That's great news. Interesting that it shares that there. Is that a high demand area? Let me see the station ridership. Well, yeah, it's more busy than the blue line in that kind of same radius. That's going to be super busy. Around this area. The red line problem is train's taking forever through the rural western. Barely anyone uses it. Well, yes and no. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Because the frequency is set to 5 minutes. So there's a train every 5 minutes in high demand, every 10 minutes in medium, every 15 minutes in low. The blue line is the same. So we have the frequency. It's just with no other support. When a train arrives every 5 minutes, one of them gets caught out with a high load of passengers it has to transfer. The problem is, right, this scenario, we're using light. If we used heavy, we would have had double the capacity. More than double the capacity on the train. So you could argue I'm using the wrong type of line here. A heavy line would have been better. Because I can only go up to 800 capacity trains, where the heavy line, isn't the heavy line 2,400? And then I wouldn't really have these issues as much then. Right, how much did we make anyway, by the way? So, nearly 70 million. So, I'm going to risk it for the biscuit again right now and put it to $6. Heavy is 2,400 max, yes. Yeah. So, we could have really benefited having this little strip here being a heavy line. But we're now hoping the new line will take some pressure off it that we're going to build. So I've now upped it to $6 a ticket right now. So again, we're hoping the money we make extra from the people who stay using my network outweighs the money we lose for the people who find it now too expensive. I wish we could track that stat. Like it tells us how many people we lost. Or I wish what it did was, as we increase the price, we get like a little calculation somewhere showing us how much revenue we're going to lose versus how much we're going to gain by changing the ticket price. Heavy is much slower around the curves, I know, but, you know, it's 3 times more capacity. 3 times more capacity. Do. So, operational profit should now increase. It should be our highest operational profit yet, because the ticket prices are so high. And I'm going to keep them high. I'm going to keep them high, guys. I'm going to keep them high. And we're not far off getting that additional $100 million loan, and then we can finalize this system. Express lines use these same tracks, but fewer stop stations. That is true. But in this game, when you're using light metro and heavy metro, a heavy metro can't use light metro tracks. Unfortunately, we don't have it in this game. I'm not sure if that's going to be an update in the future. But I've built all of my train network here is light metro. So I can't add a heavy metro train to them.
At LK Sage donated $2 New Zealand dollars.
LK
we
Sage.
need to add scary donos.
No, we don't. No, we don't. I like not scaries here. I like not scaries. What is the model distribution? What percentage are you? What percent are using car versus what percent are you walking? It's hard. Okay, it's hard because at the end of the day, it depends where my network doesn't do anything at the moment. It doesn't go to places that make sense at the minute. It's still in its infancy. So at the minute, 70% of driving, and you'll never get that lower because like people here want to go there, and my network doesn't go that far. So at the minute, it just doesn't matter. I'm not really bothered too much about these stats. Not until we got like a proper like defined network. I'm not going to worry too much. Okay, we can now get the $100 million loan. I can now commit to the build. And I can now build my yellow line. Right, route. So I think increasing the prices, I think we actually, like I said, I think we've earned more than what we've lost. So in this case, it's kind of worked out. It all depends on what this yellow line's now going to do. This yellow line could now ruin everything. So we're going to have to see what happens. Could this yellow line now ruin everything, boys? Or will it nicely complement? Right, before I commit to it all, we're going to look at the ridership for the red line. I'm going to see how much that drops by. Right, that's now all in. I think I've got it all. Yes. Maybe you can improve this 11% people using. Yes. Hopefully. I mean, the network's not really great at the minute. So hopefully we can. Right, guys, someone remember this right now, okay? Someone remember this. The red line, let's just round it up to 60,000. So 60,000, 26,000, okay? I want to know if the yellow line takes more passengers off the red line, or will it add more passengers to the red line because it goes to areas the red line doesn't go to? You know what I mean? It could cancel itself out. But let's add the trains to it. So let's double the capacity. So let's get into a 5-minute frequency. So 15. A 10-minute frequency, that'll be 7. And a 15-minute frequency, which will be 5, which is fine by me. Right. Let's go. Let's go, boys. I feel like the yellow line is going to be really important now. So just give it a minute or two then for them to figure out what they can now do. These circles will start changing color a bit more. As they now realize they can go places. When will there be a green, brown, purple, white, gold, silver, bronze lines? What? What's going on, Fire Eater? You got fire alarms right now? What's going on, boy? Why doesn't the yellow line link to the blue line in the west? Because I haven't got enough money to expand. That's why. I think I've already said this. I haven't got enough money to build it yet. Because I want to redo that to a quad station. Because the lines are going to then separate in different directions. And I haven't got enough money to kind of do it yet. Unfortunately. But don't worry. It is the plan to connect it. Oh, you just joined the stream? Ah, okay. No worries, Uncle. Yeah. It's a plan. It's a plan to connect them. But I want to wait till I've got enough money where I can extend the line from here. And as that comes there, I can build a nice juncture which brings these two together with a line from this way. And then same down here. I've got it awkwardly stopping at the same station, red and yellow there. It'd be nice to extend the red down here a bit. And then the yellow kind of then goes up. But it's all money. You know, it all comes down to money in this game. Right. A little bit of time has now passed by. The yellow line has definitely taken away some passengers from the red line right now. So that's a given. Which is interesting. That is interesting. But are we back to losing money again? I feel like we're not making money. Is it? It's early in the morning still. It's still super early in the morning. I like the fact that we're now seeing people moving about. Let's see what this rush hour brings to us. Because what's not ideal... Oh, the yellow train's at capacity. What's not ideal, if you were on the blue line here, or here, for example, and you wanted to get to there, you're going to catch the blue line train to the red train, to switch to the red train, to switch to the yellow train, to make your way down here. This is why we need the yellow to kind of either share a bit of the blue line, and I think it will do. I don't know whether to make it go to the right. No, yes, I am going to make it go to the right because I was going to have this line extension here come out, cut through, and then go up there. Yeah. It makes sense. If you connect the yellow and the blue lines, that would make them green. Right, Doug, you're hilarious. Get out of here. Not my fault pulling the fire alarm. Oh, who pulled it? Was it one of the plushies? Did one of the plushies do it, Boulder? Right. So we've gone for a bit of a nice morning rush hour now, which has given me a nice explosion in operational profit. It's just where it bottoms out on the rest of the day. So, with that said, do we look towards trying to see how far we can set up that fourth line? I put the plush in the closet. They cannot get out. Damn, my spy cameras are not going to work. I might do a little expansion here. So let's see what I can get up to. So build stations. Now, what is the height of this? Because if this is a 5, it can't go through. So I'm going to assume I can go over it as a 10. Yeah. And that's where this line's going to cut through. So if I do a stop here, and I do a stop there. Insufficient. Oh, no. Undo. Can I bring these to the ground and like have minimal costs? Yeah. No. Let's keep it to a 5. Let's keep it to a 5. Let's keep it to a 5. So I'm already at insufficient funds here. It's 120 odd million. Which we're not that far off getting, actually, thinking about it. So let's build the tracks. There we go. Glorious. So I can start and stop it there, which is fine. And I can technically just start and stop it here. Now, it doesn't do much, but it's a great connection for the blue line and the red line to get to these stops down here, because they'll cross over on this one. But I want that to then go upwards, but I also want this to kind of go up to there as well, because there's a lot of residents there. But without spending too much money, this is how I can get it set up. And then we'll expand off it, so it can kind of earn me some revenue now. It'll earn me revenue now until I can afford to expand it. So I need 180. Damn. Ooh, damn. Make it an orange line. Ooh. Anybody else got any suggestions what color we make it? So 180 million, which we're not far off from getting. Money Cash says purple. Nice. Poop color. Right, Fire Eater wants it brown. Right, route riderships. Wow, we've taken off for nearly 15,000 from the red line. But we've gained... Oh, the yellow line is actually the second most used. So the blue line's pretty much stayed the same almost. Red line's lost 15,000, but we've gained nearly 40,000 in the yellow line. So it's worked out. Yellow line is doing great. It really is. I'm actually quite surprised. Green. Oh, 2 people on green. I feel like green could be a good color, actually, thinking about it. It's going to be a small route, this one. But I'm able to kind of get it set up now without having to wait to extend it. I can extend it at a later date. Make the new line express because it uses quad tracks, so you could do that. I could do. But it only uses quad tracks on a small bit before it goes back to parallel. Also, I don't have the money to do anything at the minute. I'm poor. So poor. Right, build blueprints. And you know what? We'll go green. I'm overriding you all right now, guys. We're going to go green. Green line. Light metro. Create. Edit. Boom. So this uses the inner on these. Uses all the inner. And to there. So it's such a small route, but it will extend quite far. Okay. It will extend further up here because there's a lot of people living around there. And then it will come back over, cross over the blue line and go up there. So it's kind of going to be like a bit of a horseshoe. A big U line. That's what it's going to be. But what it does really well is it kind of incorporates a crossover between all these lines, bringing them north and south rather than east and west to what the other lines are currently doing. So we'll add in and get its frequency down to 5, down to 10. Right, we'll keep it like that to begin with and see what happens. We'll just see what happens. So I'm not confident that line's going to do much for us. We're just hoping it creates an alleviation to take people from different directions. But a lot of these lines are not finalized. A lot of these lines don't feel finished. A lot of these lines also don't make much sense until we've got the additional expansions all in. So the station ridership right now, we should see a bit more use around here. Definitely a lot more use on this station as it incorporates the crossover to the yellow line. Yeah, the yellow line can only stop at the meeting points with the green and then stop elsewhere on the share tracks. Yeah. Right. It's still early to check route ridership because it's 5 a.m. in the morning. And what did we make on the previous day, by the way, in terms of profit? 78 million. Right. Do I risk it right now and up the price? Because I don't care about transporting lots of people. If I can stay at capacity and still charge more, I make more money. All the way to the other side of the island, there's not really much population. It's just here, here, bit over there, and then it wouldn't be viable to run a train line over there. That's just asking to go bankrupt. Right. We've managed to up our transit though to 15%. We could definitely do a lot better on that. So, shall we see if we can make then the transition to the other line. Inflation is getting out of hand. It really is. This is what I like about this game. Every map is different. Like New York, they're just throwing money at you, but what comes with that is very expensive building costs to set up a line. And then something like Honolulu, where it's relatively cheap to build lines and stuff, but what comes with that is the fact that the population is so low, you're not making enough money to build these cheap lines, so it just drives you crazy. Right, that green line, we're going to have it run up here. Not too far, but just enough to first cross over the train lines. So build a station. Like, can I utilize the 5? No, we've got to do the 10 there. So we'll do the 10 here. But then we instantly back to a 5 everywhere else. So there's definitely got to be a... Oh, could I do it like here? How much is that going to cost me? 80 million. Okay, we're not far off it. All right, undo. We'll do it like that. Right, build tracks. Parallel. So we've got to slightly avoid the buildings there. Then add a new crisscrossy over just there. So that green line extension gets an extra unused station and then the crossover on the blue line. So if you're over here and wanting to get onto the yellow line, it becomes a lot more easier to connect down. Now to commit to that build, 118 million. Wild numbers. If the yellow and red lines are on quad tracks the whole time they're running together, you can make the red line express since it travels further than the red. Now, when you say make express, what do you mean by make express? Because they share the same tracks, but they're not quad. The only time it's quad is on the green and yellow. The red and yellow share dual. Unfortunately. Skip stops. Yeah, I know what you mean. Unfortunately, they share them. That's the downside here. Because I never had the yellow line planned when I built the red line. That's the only issue. That's the only issue. It can work in some areas. Like, I could do it for, like, the green lines and whatnot. Or the yellow line and the green, but... It's an idea, though, for if I've got, like, an abundance of money and I'm able to redo that stretch, then that's perfect. That will work gloriously. But I'm unable to, unfortunately. Red and yellow can't really be made express, but green and yellow can be made local express. It could do, yeah. These have a split moment where there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 stations they share on it. Where hypothetically I could make one of the trains miss the 2 middle stops, so they only switch on the 2 ends. But skipping only 2 stations over the vast line is not going to make much of a difference, I don't think. Right, how much do I need to... Oh, I can actually build the blueprints. Okay, great. Route ridership then, the green line's got 7,000, so let's see how much this changes by incorporating the extension. All right, there we go. Confirm changes. Do I need any more trains on this? Oh, no, I'm doing it the wrong way. What am I doing? Buy more. There we go. Nice little green extension, boys. Nice little green extension. Bum, 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 bum. Green local, yellow express. Yeah. I mean, but I can only take off 2 stops. Over the grand scheme of that yellow line, I can't see 2 stops being that beneficial. It ain't gonna make much of a difference because they're sharing the whole red line. If the yellow line, if it was dual all the way down this red bit leading down, then that would be amazing. So I make the yellow line stop there where it crosses the red, and then stop there where it crosses with the green. All these stops here it doesn't stop at. It can go stop there, shoot all the way down to there, and off again. That then would be perfect. But I would need to upgrade all of that. Then it would make sense. Then that yellow line could be complete, like, express. That would be amazing then, wouldn't it? That would legit be amazing if it only stopped there. And then the next stop was here. So it incorporates the red and the green. Right. So how has the station ridership changed? That's now increased like we knew it would. That should get a little bit more busy being the stop here. Our biggest one's still there. That was in the 50,000s, but these stations are taking a few passengers away from it, which is nice. Nice to know. And now income. Operational profit hasn't really increased much. Oh, but I did have a big expense there. I did spend money. So that's why the operational profit's not great. We'll see what this day brings. Right, route ridership. Green line's looking pretty much the same at the minute. And then the stats will be a little bit over the 15%. Look at the stops that have more usage and have the express stop where you do an express. I will do, but I can't do nothing until I've got quad tracks everywhere. So it makes no sense at the minute. I need quad tracks everywhere. Another train stuck on the red line? What happened there? What's going on, red line? How dare you? How diddly dare you? Nah, I wouldn't do it now anyway. There's not a huge benefit at the minute. Not with my current setup. I haven't got the money to incorporate anything like that. I'm just trying to, set myself up to be earning revenue first. So could we have a record profit day? So our highest record profit day, operational profit day, was 78.45 million. Now this current day, we're on 70 million. So we've got to earn another, oh no, the day ended. No, day ended, 69. Damn, what's hurting me as well is this. I haven't got enough to pay off the loan. That's at 11 million. You know what I mean? That is 11 million. So it would be nice to get the green line to extend a bit more. Get out of here, Raf. Now, looking at the green line, looking at all lines in general, that green line extending up here has got some good population. Same with it going up there. Not so much up that side. You got more of it on this side. But workers, any big worker hub areas you got there? I've also got to extend the blue line down here. There's a few people we can pick up over in that side. And obviously extending up into this area as well. Where do these guys want to go? It's interesting to see where people want to go. It's also interesting. A lot of blue line is still pretty red demand somehow. A lot of blue line is pretty red demand. Hey? Yeah, it's because they don't go to where they want to go. So we got to make it make more sense. So them going there, nobody wants to transit there. So you got to think to ourselves, well, why is that? Well, one, it's quicker to drive and walk. So to use public transport, it will take them 33 minutes. Whereas to drive it, I mean, what also doesn't help as well, you got to remember, I've upped my ticket price. Now, if I had a line that came down this way and crossed over, that would be worth it. But again, I haven't got the funds to do anything. They walk 24 minutes to a yellow station line. They do, yeah. They're willing to walk from there all the way down. I need something that bridges the gap here. But again, money. I've managed to do that with my green line here. I've just got to do something similar around there. Maybe extend the green line parallel with the blue line towards that big cluster of people. I could do. My idea was the green line goes up here for these guys. And then we do a separate line that comes down here. Which could be super beneficial for these guys. Like if I selected them, they all want to get down here. And with the way the green line's currently positioned, I think we do something similar and have another turn like at this point to go upwards. To come down. Is that like a big worker area? Is that why it's so like huge there? It is, yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. Because I've got to bridge the gap with people here. So having something coming down this way and then running down could really help. But yeah. This is what's amazing about this. There's just so many possibilities to how we could play it. There's so many possibilities. Right. Route ridership. My green line is sticking at the 7,000, which is great. In terms of money now, it's pretty much all the same. I can gain an extra 11 million by paying back my bond, which I might just keep it for a minute. But I'm trying to look right now, where would it make sense? That's getting busier, which is great. just figuring it all out, isn't it? Pretty much what it all comes down to. But we're back to making money. That's the main thing. We're now making more money than before. I'm going to pay this off, by the way. I'm going to pay it off now. So then the operational profit should increase. So that would decrease because I've just paid off that big loan. But now I have an extra... I was spending 11 million on the bond payments. So that means I get an extra 11 million a day profit. And that's huge for me at the minute. That is absolutely huge. So we've got to figure out then, and we'll probably save this for another stream. If we come back next week, if you guys wanted to see me come back next week and figure this out, well, it's very red over here and over here in general. So we need to get something that's going to bring people from around this area down into this vicinity. Now, I could extend my green line to kind of go that way. Or I could bring a new line that comes down, crosses, and then turns to run down. Could we find benefit for it going somewhere else? What if it kind of came down into here? Oh! So you know we got this horseshoe that we're creating for the green line? What if you had a new line that horseshoed here? So the two horseshoes overlap? Could be possible, but I think it would be nice to see if we can figure out what we could do over here. We could do another horseshoe, because there seems to be a big working area there. And that horseshoe, if I come down here and it turned to go this way, could pick up the workers there as well. So it will horseshoe on the red line, whereas the green line horseshoes on the yellow line. The green line could split at Queen Emma Street and go down the highway. Yes, that's a good point. It could do that. Yeah, you are right. Yeah, it could. The green could have done that, but I'm liking the horseshoe idea. We might experiment with it. We might experiment with it. Yes. Was away for 5 minutes. Did something interesting happen? Maybe. Maybe not. I'll never tell. But 15% anyway. I think we're doing pretty good. We've upped the ticket price exponentially. And now we're in a brand new day, which this day should be record profits, as we're no longer paying our loan back. And as soon as I can get my operational profit, which we should be able to do in the next stream, above 100 million, it unlocks the $500 million bond, which I can then get that to plan out some bigger expansions. Right. I think we will end it for there. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, I seem to do this every stream. But would you quickly like to see my... No, wait, hold on. I don't think I've got a pre-recorded episode already done. So I've got no sneak peeks to show you in my New York series. I've just realised. I haven't recorded the next episode yet. So there's no sneak peeks to show you. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? I thought we could leak some stuff. I really thought we could leak some stuff right there. Damn, what a fool. Sorry, guys. No sneak peeks to show you on this one. No sneak peeks to show you. When is the next episode supposed to come out? It comes out on Friday. So, yeah. I haven't recorded it yet. Well, I would be recording to get to either tomorrow or Thursday. So, yeah, I've got no sneaky peekies to show you. But, nice stream anyway. We've created the yellow line, which is great. We've created or started to create the green line. And then we've got plans to create another horseshoe line as well, which brings everybody together. When is the next stream? I stream on this channel every Tuesday, so it'll be next Tuesday now. But very nice, very nice. Operational profit, how we're looking? Oh, we're not doing too good by the looks of it. We might have to change those prices. But we'll see. That didn't include the payoff, did it? No. We'll see. Could spoil the idea for next episode. Okay, let's have a quick look. I actually don't know what I'm ultimately going to be doing. How do I load? Load save. So let's now wait 20 years for this to load. I think I do know what I'm doing. No. I do know what I'm doing. I actually do know what I'm doing. I'll leak what I'm going to do. I actually do know what I'm doing, so I'm going to leak what I'm going to do, guys. Let's wait for this to load 20 years later. Bonjour. Mr. Passes just said bonjour. What's going on here? Someone screenshot that man right now. We just caught him in 4K. Come on, game. Load up. Come on, game. Load up. The save game's not that big. What's going on? The save game is not that big. What is going on here? Right, let me reload the game. Right, let's reload the game. Load. Right, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, boys. So my plan for the next episode is to run the yellow line coming down here, but more importantly, it's to create a new line. Like we got the lilac line. It's to create a new line that uses this stretch of green here to connect to that stop there, to this brown line further down, as the new line this way and that lilac line will eventually make their way to the airport. And I was kind of planning to do an airport to airport link. So if you landed at one airport but your transfer's at the other one, you can just hop on the subway all the way to the other train station. Yeah, the yellow line would essentially how reduce the number of people who can use the pink line. It would, yeah. I am finding, and I've noticed this quite often, that when I build a line that goes into what I call no man's land with no other lines linking to it, that line becomes so overwhelmed. I've seen it with the pink line. I've seen it with the yellow line when it was extending before, and I am starting to see it with this brown line. Not on a huge scale because the population difference is dramatically compared to Brooklyn. We need more. We need to do more support. Now, operational profit on daily with this, when I'm not spending the money, is over $1 billion, baby. It's huge differences, isn't it? It's huge differences. But yeah, I like the idea of doing an airport to airport connection. There's also an airport over there as well, but we go between the two big ones. Rebuilding a line for express down Manhattan would be nice. Could be interesting. It could actually be interesting. I think the biggest challenge we are facing is everybody wants to work here. And at the minute, the yellow line is the only one that kind of goes, and the red one kind of, but they're using the yellow one as it goes for the heart of it more than anything. So we kind of need to support that a bit more. We do need to support that a bit more. And the route ridership, the yellow line, 223,000 people are using that. So we just need to kind of create a few extensions. It's just stuff like bringing something in this way. Bringing something in a bit more, I won't say diagonal, but coming from areas where they're not having to go that way and then down. Or, this way and then up, if that makes sense. It's more of a direct approach. Busy, busy, busy. If I view the station ridership, it's all, apart from the crisscrosses, which we understand why that is happening. You look at the stations that are not sharing a line, and the amount of people they're picking up around this vicinity is beautiful. Beautiful. Maybe a line with Broadway. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Do you know what? You might be onto something there, because that crosses a yellow stop there. Ooh. You might be onto something there, fool. I like that idea. We might have to figure something out. But anyway, we're going to get out of here, boys. Appreciate you all watching. We'll be back here again next week for some more beautiful Hawaii. Tomorrow, I've got a Transport Fever video coming out, I think. Thursday, we've got episode 3 of the Fishtown series. That's now starting to warm up a little bit. And we'll have another episode of Subway Builder on Friday as well. So, appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you all spending some time with me today. Till next time, I will see you all soon. So, goodbye.